Finally, the last leg of my cross-country trip. Did I make it back alive? Well, obviously. Let's get right into it. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Late Departure. I'm Adam, and as some of you may know, this is my continuing journey to hopefully becoming an airline pilot at some point in the future. This is the last leg of my cross-country, and, I was hoping to get it done in one day. You'll see. It was all one heck of a trip and a journey here, but, see for yourself.
So I'm on my last day here, hopefully. We'll see what happens. I'm going through, I might actually switch altitudes here because we have a pretty big headwind. I'm going to have a headwind going all the way back, and so basically the choice is, do I want speed to get there sooner or altitude to get there safer? And I feel like I need to come to some kind of a compromise here because the headwinds are so strong, it's going to take me quite a while to make it to my destination today. I don't mind going in the evening once I get over to Manitoba. I'm fairly comfortable with that area. I'm going to be dipping up to the roads and stuff like that so that I'm not just, going along open countryside and stuff like that. I think it'll be a lot safer if I actually go along a road. So I'll be doing that tonight when I get into the nighttime portion, and that's good because I still need to build up quite a few nighttime hours, so I'm happy about that. But right now I'm heading up to Sudbury from the Kawartha Lakes there. People at Kawartha Lakes were really nice. They helped me warm up and defrost the plane. The windows are still a little not defrosted, but the rest of the plane got all the ice off, which is important by following the rules for the clean aircraft concept, and that's the most important thing there. And just going to make my way. This is going to be a very long day, so I just want to take my time and just be easy on myself and make the flight as comfortable and as fun as possible. Not sure about the making fun part, but it is very nice out here. You see I'm just flying over, just past Goka. Going to be heading up through Wawa soon here. It is another beautiful day. It's supposed to be beautiful all the way back, all the way to Manitoba. That's all I want. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on going here. And we'll experiment with some different altitudes like Adam suggested at Harv's there. And see if I can't find an altitude that will make more sense and be a little bit more efficient for me. So let's give it a try.
I just arrived here in Sudbury, and their fuel truck is having a problem. I swear I have the worst fuel karma of all time, but hopefully it's just a short stop. I think I'm going to put the cowling on the front, cowl cover on the front of the airplane so it doesn't get too cold, and then hopefully get out of here soon. We'll see. Wish me luck.
All right, so making my way along here. Getting late in the day, as you can see. Looks like I'll be pushing it into the night here, which is good because I'll get some of the night hours that I need. And the weather's pretty good, which is nice. And experiencing something they have just over in this section of Canada here, they call lake effect. All of those clouds you can see over there are just rising up over Lake Superior, but next to all the lakes, they'll get some pretty crazy weather. So whatever downwind side of the lakes are, you get that kind of weather quite often. It's very moist weather. And fortunately for me, I can skirt around to here because I'm flying up to the north, up towards Marathon. Oh man, I never wanted to go back to Marathon ever again, but it looks like I'm going to have to stop at Marathon for fuel because this headwind is so strong, it's just draining me. So, we'll get to Marathon, we'll get some more fuel, and we'll head back. Hopefully we'll get to Thunder Bay before it gets dark. I'm kind of chasing the sun in a super slow aircraft right now, so wish me luck. We'll just keep chasing the sun across the sky, and when it gets dark around Thunder Bay, that'll be great because I know the rest of the way. Follow the Trans-Canada, which is nice. Follow the cars and just make my way back. So keep making my way here, and let's finish this trip. Get home and get to bed.
Swore I'd never come back. Came to friggin' marathon. Needed fuel, so that headwind was killer. Had a stiff crosswind. Came in, did a nice safe landing. It's all good. I just want to go to the washroom, get fuel, and get the hell out of here. Sky looks good that direction. Oh. Stand back out of the weights. All right, so this next leg, this is actually me coming in towards Thunder Bay, and I didn't record during the trip because this was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my entire experience in aviation, which, mind you, isn't a whole bunch of experience, but this was also most likely the scariest thing that I've ever done in aviation as well. And so before this moment where I'm coming into Thunder Bay, I was crossing over the north side of Lake Superior. I had just departed from Marathon, as you saw just a moment ago, and it became absolutely pitch black. There were no lights. I was following the Trans-Canada Highway. There were no lights on the highway either. All you'd see is the occasional headlight kind of going all around there as the cars kind of swerve on the road and just go around, and it's not a straight road at all, which is really unfortunate because I was hoping if I followed the Trans-Canada that I'd have a safe place to land if the engine failed. Unfortunately, that wasn't really the case. It, would have been better than nothing. At least hopefully someone might drive by and see my wreckage if I did go down there. But it was super scary. It was very, I'm night rated, but it was pretty much straight up IFR, because when you look out, usually when you're doing night flying around Winnipeg or something, you can look down and see the horizon. There's always the horizon, no matter what direction you look in. In this situation, there was no horizon. It was just pitch black from the ground up to the sky. It was, there was some kind of a overcast layers very high up in the sky, but there were like no stars, no moon, nothing. It was just darkness. And in retrospect, I didn't realize it would be that bad, but I saw Thunder Bay way off in the distance. So I thought, as long as I can kind of see that, it should be okay. But it was basically just me staring at, the attitude indicator and the turn and bank coordinator and just praying that, I just focus on the instruments and make it through safely. And I did, but it was rough. Like right after I took off, there was a huge temperature change because I've been flying north so much, and the temperature actually warmed up quite a bit, to the contrary of what my expectations of flying up north would be. And when that happened, my oil temperature was a lot higher than it had been the entire trip, and I called up my instructor and I'm like, oh no, the oil is going up, like I'm gonna have an engine failure and I'm in like the worst place possible right now. And fortunately he was really nice and patient, and he picked up the phone and he helped me check out the POH and just double check to make sure that oil temperatures were within standards, and helped me realize that the temperature had changed outside. I wasn't looking at the outside air temperature gauge, which fortunately that airplane did have. But after I figured that out, I was able to relax a bit until it got pitch black, pitch dark out. And after what seems like 3-4 hours, maybe even more, of going around Lake Superior, because there was no way I was going to try to cross it in that darkness. That was just, there's no way. I was going to stay over the ground no matter what. And, I came into Thunder Bay, and you can see me here. I was so tired, so very tired. I can totally understand why they limit single pilot IFR to a certain, like to 8 hours at most for commercial operations, because it's very, very tiring, very taxing. And when I came in, the air traffic controller at Thunder Bay said to me, I can see here on your flight plan that you're going through to Steinbeck, but man, you sound really tired. And I said, yeah, I am. And he said, there's a bunch of hotels here, come on in. And this is, meanwhile, like he's saying this to me while he's like managing jets and stuff at Thunder Bay coming in. And apparently everyone and their dog comes to Thunder Bay for night practice. So there are all these like Cessnas and stuff as well. They're from various flight schools in the area doing their practice at Thunder Bay. But he's like, yeah, come in. There's a lot of hotels here. Just park and, get fuel, do what you need to do. And so I did that. I came in, I landed on this massive runway, taxied over to the Shell fuel, which by the way, I called them earlier and the airport manager said, oh yeah, they're open till like 10 o'clock at night. And when I called the guy over, the guy's like, oh yeah, well, you're lucky. You don't have to pay a call out charge because a Swoop flight or some other like budget airline just paid it for you because they did a call out and I'm already here anyway, so I'm not going to charge you for it. And I'm like, I called earlier and they said you're open till 10. He goes, no, we're not. We're open till like 6 or 7. And it was like 9:30 at that point. And so that's another lesson I learned. Never trust airport managers. Or just make sure that you double check with the FBOs there that they are indeed open, because the airport managers might not know all the information about the different FBOs. But I got really lucky that the guy just finished fueling, because otherwise I would have had to wait the next morning instead of departing super early in the morning like I did, or I would have had to pay a big call out charge to this guy to come all the way out and fill up my little Piper there. So in any case, it worked out. I got in there and the people at the Shell FBO, they had a whole list of hotels. I called up like the Hampton Inn. They came right to the FBO, so they drove all the way, not to the main terminal, but all the way to this little FBO, which is just off to the side of the terminal on another part of the apron there. And they came and picked me up and took all my bags, and I put the wing covers, elevator covers, everything on the plane. Got it all set for the night. They let me plug it in there as well, which is awesome. So I just parked it right in front of the Shell there and just plugged it right on in. And so I had a warm engine in the morning, thankfully. I was really, really grateful for that, because I could have gotten stuck in Thunder Bay as well, which would have not been too great. But yeah, overall, just a great experience at Thunder Bay. People were super nice. I got like the nicest room at the Hampton, which cost like $80 less than the terrible room that I had at Marathon, but that's another story for another day. In any case, long story short, I was some rough IFR work, and I'm glad that I stayed the night, because I think I wouldn't have made it to Steinbeck the next, well, if I had just flown through the night. It wouldn't have been smart. I just thought, I want to live. So the best decision is to stop here, take a break. And I did. So that's it for Thunder Bay. Let's keep going. Stopped for the night in Thunder Bay last night. Desperately needed some break. I was so tired, and there's a snowstorm coming in, so I got to try to beat that if I can. So let's go ahead and try this. Man, I should have just stayed in Ontario until the weekend. Feels kind of silly now. Oh well, live and learn, right?
All right, good morning, everyone. Well, I already had kind of a good morning this morning, but yeah, I'm just on my last leg here. It's a beautiful morning. I had a choice to take a break last night or just keep driving through the night, and as much as I really wanted those night cross-country hours, I was so tired, and I decided to stop in Thunder Bay for the night, which worked out because they had a whole bunch of nice nearby hotels with a nice shuttle service right to my plane, which was great. And yeah, definitely the right choice today. I got a clear head, all rested up, feeling good. Slept really well last night, which is great. And yeah, it's now the big issue with today is that in the front of me here, there is a cold front coming in that I have to be careful of. And the ceilings are kind of, they're pretty low out there. And there's even snow at some point, so I got to be really careful with visibility. That's why I left bright and early this morning until it's before dawn. So I did get to clock some more night hours this morning, which is good. But at the same time, I just got to be vigilant, be careful, keep doing my best to try to stay on course. And yeah, it's a good day. Hopefully, it's going to be a good end to the trip here. I'm going to get in wrap up all the stuff from the flight, do all the paperwork, and then yeah, basically just wrap everything up and go to bed because it's been a long trip. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely got a lot of hours on this trip. A great thing for my CPL, and man, I definitely wouldn't do this again by myself though. I'd love to take someone with me because that is a long trip. I'm going pretty low today. You can see I'm like only 3,500 here because we do have some clouds, incoming clouds that are going to be higher. I don't really want to fly in a cloud, although it's not as bad now as it was this morning when it was dark. It was dark, I definitely didn't want to run any clouds, but yeah, now for sure. The other issue is the headwinds. Headwinds are super strong right now, so I'm basically trying to stay in such a way that I can keep clear of the headwinds, or down lower the headwinds are not as bad. I think you go up and the headwinds are like 6,000. For me, I'd want to be going like 6,500 or 4,500 because I'm going out to the west, but yeah, the headwinds are just so significant, not really ideal right now. So yep, I'm just gonna keep on going here and just make it the rest of the way, get back home, and I'm looking forward to finally landing back at Steinbeck South. It's been a long trip. All right, well, let's get back there. Beautiful sky, look at that. All right, so just continuing on with this long cross-country morning, back to Steinbeck South. I don't know, like this morning, flying along here, I don't know why, but this is like the first time I felt really calm and relaxed and really enjoying this trip here. It's been a lot of stress and a lot of work, and especially you're flying at really high altitude. I know they say that altitude is for life insurance and everything like that, but it's also really challenging as well. Like, you know, when you have turbulence and you're like 9,500 feet, something really, I don't know, it's not as comfortable. And I like seeing everything close up down below. I like being close to the roads and stuff like that, so I can see where my potential emergency landing spots might be and all that kind of stuff. But it's just also so beautiful today. Really makes me grateful for having learned how to fly and flying out today. It's gorgeous. Look at this beautiful day. This day is just unfolding here. Going along here. I don't know what that is. Looks like there's like a castle over there or something. Pretty sure it's not a castle. It's like definitely not castle country. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's just so wonderful. It's a nice relaxing morning. And there is that cold front way up there, but I'm hoping to get back home before it comes out. But yeah, finally feel at ease, feel good. Enjoying this flight. Gonna enjoy the rest of this flight here. Just in this beautiful sunrise. So gorgeous. One thing I've noticed in kind of backcountry sort of areas, people really love snowmobiling. And if you look out on like the lakes and stuff like that, you probably can't see very well from here, but there are people, there are like snowmobile tracks almost everywhere you go. It's crazy. Lakes, and it's really cool. I love like these little forest paths. I don't know where these come from. I don't know if these, like all the forest paths in between like all the lakes and stuff like that are all man-made or natural or something like that, but it's just so cool to see like how many there are, and you can see like little you can see little snowmobile tracks and stuff like that going in between all of the lakes and through the forest and stuff like that. They must have like paths and stuff set out. That's very cool. That's next on my list while I'm out here in the Great White North, is to go out and try snowmobiling. That'll be fun. Oh yeah. All right, just on the end of my trip here, the last like 40 minutes or so here, passing over Lake of the Woods, and it's so cool. I saw all these little spots on the ice, and I was wondering what they were, and realized they're ice fishing shacks. Something you never see in Vancouver there, that's for sure. But yeah, I went out and saw that, and yeah, that's something else I'd like to try one day. Canadian Tire, they sell all the ice fishing equipment there. You go in and you do your ice fishing, and it looks very entertaining. Get to go down and just sit and just chill and relax and catch fish. Sounds fun. I used to catch fish back in Vancouver. But yeah, it is the last little bit here, and I'm over this area, and I can just go back a ways, going forward here, and just a little ways further actually. A little while longer and I'll be back home. I'll get to go sleep in my bed and relax. I'm looking forward to that. This has been one heck of a long trip, but it was totally worth it to go out to New Hampshire and meet all my friends and build a ton of flight hours and say happy birthday to Marianne, a really good friend of ours. And yeah, it was a very, very cool trip. Very much worth it. Super thankful to Harvs and all the people there for letting me borrow the plane, trusting me with the plane to go all the way to the States and do basically go 2,400 miles. That was quite a long trip. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm so happy. This is a great thing, a great step towards my pilot journey, and I think it's just amazing to learn so much. I've learned so many lessons about safety and comfort and how to fly and what to do when you're flying and who to talk to and where to go and how to approach airports and really just a whole bunch of stuff. It's just been a whole huge learning experience, and I hope that everyone who goes up and does their 300 nautical mile or their 1,200 nautical mile, whatever they choose to do, learns a lot and has fun, because it is a lot of fun. It's very cool. I think this trip has just made me love flying even more and more. And it's also taught me a whole bunch of stuff. It's taught me a healthy bit of fear about flying, but at the same time, gave me more knowledge, more comfort, more confidence, and all of that. And I look forward to my future flights, although, like I said, I hope my future flights are at least with another person, because it is scary doing flights like this all by yourself over such a huge distance, right? But in any case, it's been really cool. It's been a lot of fun, and looking forward to get back. And I'll shoot the last bit. Hopefully I'll get my landing here coming into Harvs just as kind of the cherry on the cake, hopefully. Looks like winds are pretty calm, things are good. I'm gonna make it in before the snowstorm comes in, which is great. I can see it in the distance here, kind of looming. But I'll get in there before that and put it down. And yeah, this has definitely been a journey. Thank you all for coming along with me for this. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you're all having a great day. If you're out flying, fly safe, fly your best, have fun. If you're out ice fishing, I hope you catch lots of fish. Enjoy your snowmobiling on the lakes and all that stuff. And thank you, as always, for joining me on my late departure here. And well, I'm up here doing it. I'm doing it right now, and I hope I can show anyone who's watching this that, it's never too late. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.